Thanks, everybody. Welcome to Build. I'm your host, Ricky Kemmler. Our next guest is a hilarious actress, author, comedian, and, of course, Instagrammer, where she has 5.8 million followers. Her new podcast, Celeste and Her Best, goes beyond the red carpet, where she interviews some of the world's biggest celebrities. Please welcome Celeste Barber. Let's hear it.
Hi. How you doing?
We should also say you're on tour right now as well.
I'm on tour. Look at all those places. Wow.
You've been on tour since May. How's it been going?
It's been great. Yeah, this is my third US tour, so it's been really exciting.
Do you enjoy being on tour?
I enjoy the money I make being on tour, but yeah, I did 46 shows in 5 weeks last year. Yeah, because my managers are trying to kill me. So that was fun. We had like a tour bus and everything. So it's just me and my tour manager on that to start with. So I was like,
you get along with your tour manager?
He's my best friend.
Oh, okay, good.
He's like, yeah, he's here and yeah, he's my
That would be a nightmare if it was 5 weeks, 46 shows. How many shows?
46 in 5
shows
weeks.
With some random tour manager that you
No, this is why I made sure I was like, oh, because I wanted him to come on tour with me anyway. And then I was like, and you're actually excellent at organising things. Yay! This works for me. So, yeah, and he's amazing. And he's also the best on Celeste and Her Best, the podcast.
Oh, amazing.
So we really do everything together.
So Celeste and Her Best is fairly new, right? Within the last couple months?
Yeah, it's through Luminary Media.
How did this start? What made you want to interview other performers?
Well, I just wanted to exploit my relationships that I've made with celebrities on Instagram. It's like, they're like, we really love you, you're amazing. I'm like, oh, thanks. Can you come on my podcast, please, Cindy Crawford? And she was like, sure. So, and I wanted to, I'm not good with, I'm not great at listening to podcasts with, question, answer. I wanted to just chat. Yeah. And that's kind of my vibe anyway. So when that happened, we just kind of all sit in a room together and chat. And Thomas is really great. He's got questions that he asks them. But overall, I'm just wanting to know that you just have a chat with them and see what it's like being them.
Is Thomas the one sort of keeping the ship, steering the ship while you're kind of going off the rails and taking it in whatever direction you want?
100%. He's the one going, stop talking about anuses now. Let's get back to the question about how their career started.
Favorite topic, actually.
Yeah, the anus conversation. Yeah, so... No, he drives it. But it's just been really fun. It's been so fun to do and learn about. Like I had Jennifer Coolidge on, who I'm a massive fan of. Tiffany Haddish, shut up forever. She's amazing. So really excellent people. So, yeah.
You had Cindy Crawford on. Obviously, one of the things that you do on Instagram that has garnered rightfully a ton of popularity is you do these parodies of photo shoots, of videos that supermodels and actresses are doing. Let's pull one up. We have a few that we can pull up. But here's one right here of Miley Cyrus.
That's the latest one I did. Oh, those don't get any easier to look at. They really don't.
Did you ever imagine that when you started doing this, that you would befriend these people, that they would see this and be like, God, I love it?
No, I didn't. I didn't set out for that either. I
wouldn't think that you did.
No, I knew it was funny. I knew that what I was doing was funny, and people that had a sense of humor would get it, and they all get it. They all being the celebrities who are across it. Miley's got no idea about me, but Cindy Crawford, for example, they're really good sports about it. And it's that whole idea of, you don't hate the player, hate the game. Right. So, and they get it. It's just they've got a good sense of humour, and no one looks worse in these photos than me. And they're all photos that they put out there. I don't ever do paparazzi photos or anything like that unless they've reposted them. And it's not like I'm, sending drones into their backyards to get photos of them. So it's just fun.
Should we look at another one?
Yeah, let's take this one down, shall we?
Let's pull up the second one.
Oh, there I am again, not wearing much.
Who is this that you're doing?
That's Erika Jayne from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
My apologies.
Come on, Ricky, get it together.
I know, I'm so sorry.
Erika Jayne, also known as Erika Girardi, but it's a long thing. You need to get into the series. That's her.
I can't get into the Housewives series at this point because there's too many of them. I feel
I'm behind.
I
can help you. No, okay, I can help you with all of that. So
how many seasons have there been at this point?
Of Beverly Hills?
Of the whole
I don't know.
Yeah.
But to get into them, you need to hit up Beverly Hills first and then do New York. And then you kind of go out from there. That's what you need to do. Because Beverly Hills is what... Anyway, I'm not going to just keep plugging that show like I do on all my press now. I'm like, anyway, how good's Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? That's all I freaking talk about. So she's from there, and she's not wearing anything. And
Let's pull up one more. Let's pull up the next one here. Oh, I like this one a lot.
Yeah, Kimbo in a bath.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Have you heard from her about any of your?
No, I've heard from one of her sisters. The Courtney one. Courtney.
Sure.
Wow, that was rude. Courtney. I did a photo of her and then she commented on it saying, I did a photo of her. She was sitting naked on a bench looking at a computer, obviously. So I did it and I wrote the caption, something about talent. When you're flat out trying to prove your talent to the world or something like that. And then she wrote a comment back and she said, I've got so much talent, I have to share it around. And everyone's like, Kourtney Kardashian clapped back. I went, did she? I don't think that's a clap back, but okay, sure. So
I'm not exactly sure what a clap back is other than a response.
Yeah, or someone trying to, I think, shutting me down, or, if you shut someone down, it's a clap back. It's all very new to me. It's what the kids are talking about these days, Ricky, and I'm not interested in it, to be honest. I just like to make people laugh.
Where did this idea come from to parody these photos?
Well...
And did you ever feel self-conscious in trying it, or was there anything that would be too far for you, or you were just uncomfortable doing?
Yeah, bum and nipple.
Bum and nipple.
I kind of draw the line at bum and nipple for me. I just do. It's just kind of my thing. I just don't want to be completely naked. But aside from that, no, I don't really. No one's off limits.
Who was the first one?
The first one was just a random lady doing yoga. It wasn't really anyone. It was just a weird kind of photo. But I think the caption under it was, just 5 a.m. at the beach doing yoga again like I do every morning for 3 hours and then I have a green juice. That's what you do if you want love. I'm like, hang on. No, that's not how it works. But the first one that kind of really took off was one I did of Kim Kardashian. She was half naked on a dirt pile having a photo taken, which I think is just like a Wednesday for her. And then I did that and it went nuts.
Like what it really looks like to be half naked on a dirt pile.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
It doesn't. And I did that at my local, down the road from my house in Australia. There's like a bike track. And I was like, I'll do it here. But I did it at like 3:15 in the afternoon when all school had finished. And like there was a ton of kids there. And I walked down in a trench coat and heels and just underwear. And I just said to these kids, this is going to get really weird. You can stick around or you can go. And they were like, see ya! And they took off.
They took off?
Yeah. Well,
I feel like American kids would stick around.
Yeah, but it was pretty confronting. A lady in the middle of the day with a trench coat going, hey, boy.
This is going to get weird.
I didn't do that. Hey, kids. No. But they took off.
Telling them this is going to get weird.
Yeah, this is going to be really scary. You probably should run home.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
They got the hell out of there.
Yeah. Smart kids.
So when you came up with the idea for this podcast and to, as you said, exploit your friends that you've made on Instagram, how do you reach out at this point? Are you reaching out via Instagram?
Yeah, but I have.
Really?
Yeah, I just slide right into their DMs now. Because, we kind of were talking anyway. With most of the people I've got on, we've had a relationship anyway. So it was just while I've got you, Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, do you want to come on my podcast? And she was like, fuck yeah. So, yeah, we just talk through there or text or something. Just the normal way. No, we're not sending pigeons or anything.
Is it strange or does it feel ironic in any way that you made these? And as much as they're all in good fun and they're not necessarily making fun of the people in the photos themselves, but you made these photos in some ways to make fun of this absurd idea of beauty that we have that come from these photos. And now those that are representatives of that absurd idea of beauty love you and want to talk to you and be on your podcast, and you yourself are now promoting them in some way.
Right.
Is that a weird, ironic thing that you ever think about?
No, because I don't
think you're actually promoting any poor standards of beauty or anything like that.
No. But I don't. I have in no way changed in now this world that I'm in, which I think helps. I feel as though I've stayed myself and just gone into that world. It's not as though I've gone into the world and it's totally changed me and now I have a warped perception of what it is that I do. I'm very clear about what I do. I've been doing it for not even just the Instagram, but acting and comedy for years. I'm one of those, overnight sensations, 15 years in the making, one of those type of people. So when I'm a part of it, I feel really looked after in the world of it because they are a part of it as well and they understand that it's just a joke. So it's all very positive, which is nice. I'm acutely aware of the fact that, Kris Jenner could come in one fell swoop and just shut the whole thing down.
Like your whole career.
But until that happens,
your life.
it's done. Yeah, you are no longer. Take my kids.
You never even existed.
Yeah, exactly. All my family will end up at those Sunday services that they do now, and I'll be like, I'm alone in the world.
Kris Jenner is the net. She will erase you.
Yes.
You know, like you're.
Yeah, and I think if we say her name too many times straight after each other, she'd just appear. So stop. I'm scared.
Is she that powerful?
Yes. Isn't she? She is, yeah. These guys are like, yeah, stop saying her name. Yeah. But I love
she's like
her.
The Candyman. If we say it a number of times, if you say her name a number of times into a camera lens, she will
she'll
appear.
just pop up, and your career will be over.
Camera?
Yeah. No, but I secretly love her.
What has it been like to be, as you just said, an overnight sensation 15 years in the making? Did you feel that overnight sensation? Did you feel some sort of momentum suddenly start happening? Or does it just still feel kind of like you're doing your thing, you're doing the stuff that you like to do, there's just a few more opportunities to do more of it?
No, I think I felt the build of it all, because I have been working so much, and then the Instagram stuff happened. And I felt that momentum, and I was like, oh, this is the thing. This is the thing that I've been working toward now. Because the goal for me has always just been to work, always to write my own show, to tour, to work. I don't have a goal to get 10 million followers. It'd be nice, but it's not a goal for me. So... But I felt that now with how it's all kind of come about and the world that I'm stepping into. I have that feeling of going, oh yeah, I'm not here to fuck around. I know what I'm doing. And I really just kind of get into it.
After you posted, what photo did you post? You said it was a Kim Kardashian photo that you posted that started the momentum, that started taking off. Did you expect it to become a series? Were you hoping it to become a series of photos, or was it just a one-off? And then it was like, oh, now I have to keep doing these.
No, I expected it to be a series of photos because I enjoy doing it and I know it's funny. I kind of, the very first one I ever posted, underneath the caption was, I'm starting something. And then because I knew it was funny, and I knew I was tapping in on something, especially on Instagram at the time. It was like 4 years ago now I've done it. When Instagram was really just starting to build its world around unattainable lifestyles, and that's all the feeds were. So me kind of penetrating that.
Sorry, unattainable lifestyles is just exactly what Instagram is.
It's exactly what it is.
Kind of what all social media is in some way.
Yeah.
What we present of ourselves as well is like
what we choose to present, this
unattainable idea of who we want to be.
Yeah, and I think it's opened up a lot more now. Like there's so many like hilarious accounts, and it's quite clever. But kind of back then, it was just all about that, just only post the pretty and make out that, post a crazy photo of you on a yacht in the French Riviera with the caption, school pickup. And you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, that's not the thing. That's not real. So I knew I was onto something, and I knew it was funny. I was posting like two photos a day for a while there because I knew.
And were you hunting for photos to parody at that point?
No. People ask that. They're like, how do you know which ones to choose? And I'm like, if you just go onto Instagram for a minute, to you. With the intention to parody a photo, you cannot get away from it. Like, it's everywhere. It's so the content comes to me for sure.
Is there a white whale celebrity for the podcast that you want to get on there that you don't know if you'll be able to? Who is it?
Jim Carrey.
Really?
Yeah.
That is a surprise answer. Why Jim Carrey? I'm
obsessed with him.
Really?
Yeah. I haven't even asked to get him on because I don't get starstruck. It's weird. Like, I think there might be something wrong with me. Like, when I did all that stuff with Tom Ford, I was like, you're great. Let's be friends. Like, but I wasn't like, I just didn't freak out. Mm-hmm. But I know around him or like Tina Fey, are you kidding? I would love to have her on. But I know I'd be like, hi, you just talk now because I'm shit and you're amazing. Like, I'd freak out a little bit.
Yeah, I think I'd play it really, really cool or try to play it really, really cool around Tina Fey because I'd be one of the few people I'd be extremely intimidated by because 100%. She's so smart.
And just wonderful. And her book, Bossy Pants, is my diary. Like, I carry it with me everywhere. This is actually a bit full on things. She'd be like, you're crazy. But I've got notes in it and I have parts of it that I have highlighted. Like, it's my Bible.
Why? What is it about that book?
Because she's just so clever and it's written so well. Like, I laugh my face off reading it. And it just really resonates with me how she talks about comedy. When she says in it, comedy is confidence. I say that every time before I go on stage. If there's a part of the show that makes me a bit nervous, Thomas will say, Comedy is confident. Like she's just got such great parts in there.
We'll go back to if there's a part of the show that makes you nervous, Thomas will say comedy is confidence. Does that mean that you change the joke to make yourself more confident, or you just try to present it with as much confidence as possible?
Present it with confidence. It's a good show. The show's it's a solid show. It's a funny, I know that, but there's just little parts in it that I go, oh, and I know all that is me doubting myself. So comedy is confidence. Get into there and just, when you see someone on stage relaxed and okay, the audience is relaxed and okay. So you just have to sell it. You just have to.
Unless the joke itself is that the comedian is not relaxed and
absolutely,
okay.
But that's a choice then. That's a choice, and there's confidence in making that choice.
Absolutely, there's confidence in playing that character.
Absolutely,
as much as you can.
Yeah.
But Jim Carrey, where does that? I mean, Tina Fey, I get because of the book Bossy Pants, but Jim Carrey, what?
Jim Carrey from when I was younger. I remember in drama class, I write about this in my book actually, you know, when they wheel in the TV when you were back at school and you're like, oh yeah, it's TV time. Yeah. And she'd put in Ace Ventura.
What do they do now? Is it just like everybody pull your iPads out, we're all going to watch the same thing?
Or maybe now it's like everyone get off your phones for a minute and let's get some colouring pencils out. I don't know. But I remember Ace Ventura, her putting that on. And me go, just seeing him be so big and funny. And I was always big and funny. But as a woman, well, as a girl at the time, I didn't really see that on TV. Like I was obsessed with Friends, but I didn't see myself there. There were such beautiful women. But then I saw Jim Carrey and just be so big and vulnerable. And
talk out of his butt.
Yeah, the obvious. And all that stuff being still rooted in truth and honesty, his performances, it just resonated with me, and I completely
agree. I mean, one of the first things that I recognized as comedy was watching In Living Color when I was a little kid.
Yeah, right.
And he was so amazing on that show when he did Fire Marshal Bill or his Ross Perot impression.
Right.
Anything like that, they were so broad and crazy that like you couldn't help but feel like a performer yourself because you wanted to impersonate those things and you wanted to act like that.
And then Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind with Kate Winslet, him in that, I was like, that's what I want to be. I want to be all of that.
I love when he plays small now because he's he's one of those performers that has so much energy radiating off of him, so that when it all goes inward, it's a little off-putting in a way.
It's hard to do what he does.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone. I mean, Robin Williams was up there too with the massive choices.
I say John Leguizamo as well, actually.
Yeah, right.
Because he can be a humongous, broad performer, but oftentimes brings it in and is really subtle in his work. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's incredible. I think he's incredible.
Let's talk about your...
Is he going to come out now? Is it like a surprise? Because I will
Well, Celeste, we have a surprise.
I will not be okay. I'm in heels and I can't run, so I don't do it. Okay, great. Yeah.
Your book that you have, is it 263?
I don't know. I wrote it ages ago. I think
Anti-It Girl?
I think it's 253 tips on how to be an anti-it girl.
What does an anti-it girl mean?
Well, me. Someone who's not really in but is just getting on with it. Everything's all about it girls and do this, and you'll be this, and that's great. And I'm not about that at all.
That's everything right now, though, isn't it? Like everything feels like that.
Yeah, so if you want to get to this, which you should want to get to, do all these things, buy all these things, and then you might deserve love or something. Yeah. And that is, I'm against all that. I'm like, just get on with it. We're all dead in a minute. Just keep going, do what you're doing, be kind, and have a laugh.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of it. That's when people are like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I want to work. They go, yeah, but what does that mean? I'm like, I don't work. Leave me alone. I don't know. I haven't got it all planned.
Right, and then someone says, like, you shouldn't just want to work. Like, you should want to enjoy your life. But what if your life is working and you enjoy work as life?
But also, I don't want to talk to you about that. Not you, but in general, stop it. I'm freaking out now.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about how to progress as an individual with people on a daily basis.
Yeah, and then at the end of those conversations when they need to know exactly what you're doing when you're doing it, and I'm like, I don't know, they go, okay, great, keep it up. I'm like, keep what up, though? I think we've just discovered that I'm not keeping up enough. Like, it freaks me out.
Ooh, this sounds like one particular asshole that you have a conversation with.
Yeah, it's my ex. No, it's my wife. It's just
like
no
one but an asshole ends a conversation with, Keep it up.
No, I get it all the time.
Really?
I get it all
Is that
the
like an
time.
Aussie thing?
Yeah, no, it's an American thing.
Keep it up.
And fancy like celebrity people say it to me sometimes. They're like, keep it up. Like, we approve. I'm like,
You hanging out
mate,
with
I'll
like
be
boy
doing it
band
anyway.
members from the 80s?
I'm with NSYNC all the time. Yeah. It's just me, Backstreet Boys, and NSYNC all the time. Yeah, keep it up.
Keep it up, Celeste.
So I'm like, I will. Anyway, thanks. Yeah.
Let's get a couple questions from our audience. We have a couple questions. What do we have here? Right here. Hi.
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 So I love your Instagram. It's so funny.
Thank
I saw one photo where you're like falling into a pool, like holding onto a man. And I was just wondering how many times you had to fall into the pool before you got that photo.
Oh, that was my husband.
Cool.
We did that. I know the photo you mean. We did that at my friend's house. I think we fell twice. We just did it twice because the pool was really cold. And I try not to shoot too many times because that's the whole point of it as well. I was just like, well, that's enough now. We're done. If we haven't got it, we're not using it. So just twice. Thanks.
Next question.
Hello. I was wondering how you prepare for a show. Like, do you practice by yourself or do you like get feedback from friends? And
I usually work with Thomas, my tour manager. We just go over the show a lot. But this is like my third tour of the same show, so it's kind of locked in pretty well. And then we'll just put on some music backstage and have a little dance around and then just get into it.
What do you usually put on? What's your go-to music to pump you up?
I listen to Robin a lot. I've been listening to a lot of Michael Franti as well, who I love. It used to be Michael Jackson, but it's not anymore. That fucking documentary ruined me.
No, I walked by a group of kids in a park yesterday morning, like they were from the school. They were out having field day, and they were all listening to Michael Jackson, and the teachers were there. And I thought, what kind of horrible person would I be to tell these kids and all these people, like, you shouldn't be listening to this music?
I know.
I kind of felt like you just said, like, get on with it. People are gonna listen to it, like, I don't know. I mean,
know.
it's not a great thing, but like.
No, it's not. It's so not a great thing, but just for me, I'm like, nah,
great.
I can't
really do it either, but.
Yeah, no. Janet Jackson, sure, but I can't do MJ.
But Michael Franti and
Robin.
Of course, Robin is just the best.
Oh, she's amazing. And then I saw Rocket Man the other day, so I've been listening to that soundtrack as well.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Is that Egerton singing on the soundtrack, or is it Elton John singing on the soundtrack?
No, Edgerton. He sings.
Over that, you want that over the Elton John songs, though?
No, not over them. It just happens to be what I downloaded and played. Yeah. No offense to Elton, but I like Edgerton's take on the music as well. I think it's a bit different to Elton John. Anyway.
Interesting. I haven't seen it. I'd have to see.
Oh, no, you have to see. It's really good.
Yeah?
Yeah, really clever.
Better than Bohemian Rhapsody?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he sings. He sings. And also Bohemian Rhapsody isn't true.
No.
Like, it's not.
Offensively untrue.
It's like, hang on, that isn't what happened. That's not okay. Yeah, so no.
He didn't walk
through.
through.
We can't listen to any music anymore, can we? No.
Can we not listen to Queen because of Bohemian Rhapsody?
We can.
We can.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we can listen to Queen in spite of Bohemian Rhapsody in a way.
True.
And like celebrate Freddie Mercury for what he actually was versus what the movie tried to make him.
Yeah, that made me sad.
Yeah.
Made me very sad.
When he was walking through the clinic, like the last act of the movie, the clinic that he didn't go to at that time.
And also,
the young man who had AIDS went, Deo.
Oh,
I was like, what? This did not happen.
No, and also saying that just before they went out for the Live Aid performance,
telling them that,
he was HIV. It wasn't 7 years later he found out it was HIV.
Like when they were at Live Aid and everyone was like, this Live Aid is bombing. What are we going to do?
Yeah.
Oh, Queen saved Live Aid. No, guys, they put on a good show. They didn't save Live Aid.
I know.
Like Led Zeppelin also performed, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
It was going to be fine.
It was okay. It was fine before they came out. They were great, but no, I know what you mean.
I wonder how Bob Geldof felt while he was watching Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, do you reckon he's watched it though, or do you reckon he just had a moment of going, I'm not watching this shit?
Probably that.
Yeah, I reckon that.
He doesn't have to watch that shit if he doesn't want to.
Sir Bob Geldof. Yeah. Is he a sir?
I think he is a sir, yeah. But I'm still unclear as to how outside of Live Aid and Pink Floyd's The Wall, I don't personally really know where Geldof came from and how he became Bob Geldof.
I now have to tap out of this because all I know about Bob Geldof is Live Aid.
Same.
And something about Paula Yates and then something about Pixie, Trixie, Mixie or whatever their kids' names are.
His kids.
Yeah, that's all I know about him.
Like Sirs usually go to like Elton John or Paul McCartney or something like that. I just don't know what Geldof
I think he got the Sir because of the Live Aid thing, because they raised so much money. I mean, it's because I have an accent. I think I know everything about England and Australia. I don't. Yeah, but you know, we're all kind of the same.
I'm not coming to you with these questions.
No, that's okay. Come, if anyone has questions about the monarchy, come straight to me. I can help you there.
Celeste, this has been fun. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Oh, thanks for having me.
You are currently on tour in the States, and then you are to the States until July.
Yeah, and then I go to Europe.
That's right.
I've got Philadelphia tomorrow. Where is it? Where is it? One of them. There it is. Philadelphia, Boston, Toronto. Okay, I'm not going to read all the.
I was really hoping that you did. I was really hoping that you did.
Well, it's actually good for me to see it because I don't really know where I'm going.
And then you have your podcast, Celeste with Her Best, which is on Luminary, right?
Yeah.
And your book is out.
Yeah.
And
on Amazon.
Your Instagram, of course. People can look at your hilarious photos on Instagram.
My inappropriate, unflattering, half-naked photos of myself. Please do.
Celeste Barber, everybody. Let's hear it.
Thanks so much.